It's Dr. Bob, and it's Monday, August 24th, your Master Pattern Report. Okay, so let's see how we did last week. Actually, we started our S&P breakthrough. We broke through the 1014 resistance point. We broke through it pretty well. I think it's been as high as 1029 Friday or today. And that occurred a couple of days later than what we had projected, but it's here. We're not at the 10,000 point yet, but we feel that that's going on. The dollar held its status. It's still in that weak stage. We do think it'll get a little stronger here, but not for any appreciable time. As the same thing with gold and silver, or just the reverse with gold and silver. Gold and silver weakened somewhat last week, which we felt it would, and also oil dropped and rose within its price range, trading range, I should say, $63 to 72, 73. Again, this is what we've been looking for. So what's going on this week? Well, this week we think that the weakness in gold and silver will end this week, probably sometime around the earliest Wednesday and the latest on Friday. We think it will then start to make a decent move at that point and continue on for a while, for perhaps a couple of months. Not yet going nuts, but getting up there. Again, we think the S&P will continue its run, and hopefully, and I think that we're going to see at the end of August and through September. While September is notoriously bad, we think we're going to see a reversal here. And that the market will advance overall well into October. Okay, so the turning point that we're looking at right now is somewhere around the third week in October. Between now and then, we think we're going to see some pretty handy up moves in the market. Okay. And oil, it's poised. It gets that little, 85 cents, $1 move, backs off $2, $3, $4. It gets another 50-cent move, then it'll back off, and then it'll make a run for $2 or $3. That means it's getting ready to go. So keep your eye on it and watch. Remember, we did predict much higher oil prices by the end of October. So far, we're still holding to that. We're running a couple of master pattern tests to see if that's how strong that is, and we'll report to you on that. Okay, so let's get down to the other stuff that makes everybody feel so good. The world politics and economics. Lockerbie wasn't Scotland, folks. It was England. It seems like there's a trade conference coming up in Libya for the Muslim countries, the North African countries, in a couple of months, and England thought that it would be a good idea to do something for the Libyans in particular, to generate a favorable trading status. And this was it. And that's the story. That's the story. Okay. What else happened this week? Oh, well, if you didn't catch our radio show, The Advocate, our guest, Richard Garfunkel, one of the questions that Richard asked me early on was, George Bush was not very well received by the G8 and European countries. In fact, he was hated and sort of brought our status of American down with the Europeans. However, on the other hand, he said to me, Obama is loved by this group and being very well received. Now, how do you address that? What do you think? And my response was as follows. Of course they love him. They're all liberals and communists and fascists. Well, why wouldn't they love him? There's no two ways about it. So Richard gagged on that for about 30 seconds or so. He finally recovered, and we're back to being good friends again. But the truth is the truth. Okay, the economists and the financial experts calling for the end of the recession. Oh, isn't that wonderful? And so I was worried there that we weren't going to make it, and these guys really know what to say. I mean, because they're the guys that got us into this mess. But that has nothing to do with it. Everybody gets to be forgiven for blunders. So yeah, I kind of agree with most of these guys that the recession is ending. The difference is I think that the depression is starting. So I mean, don't listen to these guys. Look at the facts, will you, please? I mean, you keep your money in your pocket and just watch what's going on. In fact, if you have any money, because a lot of people don't have the money, don't have the equity. Real estate, we've developed a new program for buying and selling real estate. Contact me at my blog for further data. One of these concepts is called a modified reverse mortgage. So let us know if you need some help with that. And if you're looking for a job or work, you have any kind of management skills, give us a contact. We have some concepts about investors who are looking to buy companies and looking for, quote, working managers to fill in for management of these small companies. You might qualify. Announcements very quickly. Remind you about the book signing on the 20th of September, 6:30, Barnes & Noble on Central Avenue in Yonkers. Looking forward to seeing you there. And we're also doing a seminar on the 26th of September, which is a Saturday. I believe that's from 1 to 3 at the hotel in White Plains. Go to our blog. We have all the information there. It's being sponsored by Success Incorporated. We think that things are beginning to happen the way we're saying. I want to start doing some more lectures and workshops to help people along with what's going on. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact us. Go to our blog. Look at our blog. Look to what we're doing there. What we're saying. We're trying to bring an awareness to people that reality is not what we've been taught to believe it is. The world and the universe are totally different, and that difference is starting to make itself manifest in our lives. And I think it's important that people be aware of the prospects here. I'm not saying that you have to give up your life and your lifestyle. You may have to, but at least tune in to what's going on. You'll be that much more ahead of the game if and when things make the big change. Hey, have a great week. Enjoy this weather. It's starting to really come around real nice. We'll see you next week. Enjoy.